Greetings one and all, this is Rhythm Works and welcome to my channel. And today 29/11/2013, 29/11/13, 11/29/2013, 11/29/13. No matter what the permutations, no matter what order these numbers and digits will suffice to you, these numbers and digits represent the release date of the forthcoming PS4 console. Now, it's going to provide a lot of ecstasy for a lot of gamers, but it's going to provide a lot of agony for a lot of wallets as well. The cost of a PS4 is going to cost $349 UK, $399 US, but I'm just dealing with the UK. The cost of an extra controller, because believe it or not, you know, there are more than one people that's going to be playing in the household on a PS4 or any games console. So the days of actually buying one and passing it around are long gone, mate. So you're going to buy an extra controller at $54.99. The camera is going to cost $54.99. A game's going to cost $54.99. So I'm just basically making up the total based upon two games as a bare minimum in the package. Now I know that there are bundles that's going to be available, but some of the bundles might contain games that people might not really care for. So that's why I'm kind of dealing with it as a separate entity as opposed to the whole bundle package, which might cost cheaper. It's just your taste in games that's going to define whether it's value for money on that score or not. So I'm basing it on two single games at $54.99 each, plus your PlayStation Plus subscription for 12 months, which is going to cost you $39.99. And I must add that if you get it at this moment in time between now and the 20th of September, you will get 90 days extra free. So I'm kind of holding off until around mid-September so that my subscription essentially will last right until the end of 2014. You know, around Christmas 2014. So that's more or less what I'm doing. That's my game plan in relation to the PS Plus subscription. Anyway, the total comes up to £609.94. A lot, I think you'll agree. However, if you disregard the camera, or you dispense with the camera, which I don't think a lot of people are going to be interested in at that point, it will come to £554.95. Now, having said that, in comparison to the PS3's release, it cost around the same amount of money, and that was just for the bog standard console and the one controller. So, you know, in essence and on paper, it still looks like good value for money. But in this economic climate that we are in, where the cost of living is up and the wages does not reflect that, and you know, the added outgoings of probably having to pay for a season pass from a third-party game developer for you to have the privilege of playing their games online, it's going to prove expensive, because in essence we're more or less paying to play online 3 times potentially. 1 with the PS Plus subscription, 2 with our internet provider, and 3 through our third-party game developer season pass. So it's gonna basically prove real expensive. Now, with that, you know, I don't really have that issue with it, because in fact I kind of agree with them. And the reason why I've basically put Payday 2 as the background for this commentary is because I noticed this with the Payday game. Now, when I played Payday the Heist, I noticed a lot of people were basically going in the game and glitching in the game. Now, for those who don't know what glitching is, it's basically finding a bug within the game that enables you to play the game not in the way that the game developers intended. For example, if I was to basically deploy a health bag or an ammo bag in a certain position, I can literally just bend down and put my head in the bag, right, and have unlimited ammo, which is not what the game was basically designed for. And because of that, you know, it's taken away the enjoyment of playing the game as it was basically intended. So in essence, you're kind of cheating. And I think it kind of spits in the face of the game developers that made the game the way it was intended, but people just basically fucking it up and playing it how they basically want to play it and more or less cheat the game. So for them to want to carry on and improve the franchise in a way where it's enjoyable for everyone and it's challenging for everyone, you know, for them to say, well, you know what, I'm going to charge you the privilege of playing online as well as what you're paying to go online already, you know, and people are bitching about it. And I think at the end of the day, well, you know, why are you bitching about it when you guys make the freaking situation harder for us? You know what I'm saying? You know, so I don't have no issue with that. I have no issue with that because I want to have a good gaming experience. And if I've got to basically play with people that all they want to do is basically cheat the game and glitch the game and all that kind of shit, then we deserve what we freaking get. You know what I'm saying? We all deserve it. I know it's sake of the minor, but we all deserve it at the end of the day. And there's no such thing as a free lunch anyway. You know, with Grand Theft Auto 5 and what they're trying to bring to the table, you know, they're doing their best to try and bring us as much as they can for nothing. But it's going to cost, you know, sooner or later. You know, and the days of playing online for free are simply over because, you know, the technology that's going to be involved is going to cost. It's going to cost. Xbox has been doing it for years, and I think, you know, we've had a good run with the PS. So, you know, I don't think it's wrong personally. But anyway, that's more or less the situation as it basically stands, you know, in terms of pricing and, you know, how much you're going to have to basically spend, you know, to get a basic PS4 package. You know, some people can afford it, some people can't afford it, some people's gonna, you know, stall it out and wait, you know. But the bottom line is that, you know, within a year, you know, I think 3/4 of the PS gamers are gonna basically have one, you know. So it really goes without saying. And you know, it's not a video to put off anybody, you know, it's not a commentary to put off anybody in relation to the PS4, but it's just a case where, you know, I just think in the current economic climate, it's like, you know, we've got to be sure as to what we want to play and don't get caught up in the hype and what have you, because, you know, we can all get caught up in the hype of all these games that's basically coming out, but then if you get the game and it doesn't, you know, fulfill your desires, so to speak, you're not going to get the game at $54.99 back, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's one thing. Another thing also is that, you know, with the whole disc games and digital games as well, you know, how much the disc games are going to cost in future, how much the digital games are going to cost more so in future. You know, I don't know if they're going to cost any more. I don't see why they should. I mean, in the PS3 situation, you know, a disc game is much cheaper than the digital games in the PS Store. So it's going to be intriguing to find out, well, how much the digital games are going to basically cost. I would imagine that they would be cheaper to buy. But if they make those games freaking more expensive, man, there's going to be a lot of outrage, man, in relation to that, you know. But who knows at this point, you know. We just don't know until we get our hands on the freaking interface. So it's all good and it's all blessed. At the end of the day, you know, no matter what anybody says about the PS4, they're going to get it sooner or later. You know what I mean? Because you just don't want to be freaking left out of the whole page-turning next-gen situation, no matter what anybody says. You know what I mean? So I'll be getting one. You know, I'll be getting the package. It's going to cost me a lot of money, but, you know, I've saved up. I've already pre-ordered it from freaking February of this year. So, you know, I know that I'm going to be getting it on day one. He says, crossing his fingers. But, yeah, so, you know, for those who are in the same position as me, who are looking forward to it, I hope it fulfills everyone's desires at this point. For those who are in two minds at the end of the day, you know, you're not the only ones, mate. You know what I mean? You know, at the end of the day, you know, all our situations are different, and, you know, it can't be expected for everyone just to jump in the PS4 bandwagon, so to speak, at the same time. You know, my honest opinion is that, you know, I think it's going to be a wise decision for people to hold off, you know, but I just can't help myself. You know, I love gaming, and, you know, I'm going to jump on it regardless. So there it is. 29/11/2013, Gamers, Ecstasy, Wallets, Agony. And till such time, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Whatever you do, happy gaming, and I'll see you guys next time.